Fen-Her model DXC-002 is a pocket-sized, disposable test for fentanyl and heroin. It's unique in that it combines two analytical methods, thin layer chromatography, or TLC, and colorimetry. Inside the hermetically sealed package, we find the instruction set with some additional information about sampling and analyzing results. And we have the components of the test: the sample pen, the dropper tube, the color tube, and the TLC plate in its paper wrapper. Also, there's the development chamber, this plastic box. Here we have a powder that we analyzed earlier with Raman spectroscopy. We only found acetaminophen, but we suspect there might be fentanyl as well. So we take the sample pen and squeeze it to break the ampule inside and to wet the sample tip. The tip will turn yellow when it's ready to use. Rub the sample tip on some of the powder residue. TLC likes a very small sample, and we can test fentanyl down to 135 nanograms. That's 135 billionths of a gram. Now we're going to spot the TLC plate through the hole in the paper wrapper. As shown here, we press the sample tip to the plate 3 times because we want to keep the spot size small. We'll save the sample pen in case a later lab analysis might be required. We'll leave the plate in the wrapper for now. Then take the dropper tube, squeeze it to break the ampule inside, and squeeze the contents into the development chamber, the plastic box. Snap close the top and leave it standing upright. Then unwrap the plate. It might be useful to have a razor blade or knife to cut the adhesive tab, or just carefully open the wrapper. We don't want to tear it because we're going to use it later. Holding the plate by the clear plastic handle, put the plate into the development chamber, as we do here. Snap the box closed again and leave it upright for a few minutes. You'll see that the liquid we had put in with the dropper tube starts to wick up the plate. This is chromatography in action. When the wetted line on the plate reaches the black line on the clear plastic handle, we'll take the plate out of the development chamber. TLC separates the components of our sample into spots on the plate. Then we use colorimetry to see where the spots are and to note any color reaction. Fentanyl and derivatives always show up in one zone of the plate, and heroin and derivatives show up in a different zone with a different color. Inside the wrapper is a guide to the results. We'll place the plate in the center of the guide as indicated. To the left and right of the plate are photographs of actual results for fentanyl and heroin. Note the fentanyl zone and the heroin zone. When the wetted line reaches the black line on the clear plastic handle, we take the plate out of the development chamber. Place the plate onto the guide. In the next step, we're going to use a chemical reagent. The reagent is very acidic, so use caution. If some of the reagent gets on your skin or in your eyes, immediately flush with water. And of course, wear protective gloves and consider eye protection. Now take the color tube, open the cap, and slide out the reagent applicator. Squeeze the tube to break the ampule, and then squeeze it enough to get the tip of the applicator wet with the reagent. Then dab the wet applicator on the plate to moisten it in fentanyl and heroin zones as shown here. Compare the result to the photos on the guide. If there's fentanyl in the sample, there will be 2 spots in the fentanyl zone, one pink on the left, the control, and one orange-brown on the right. If there's heroin in the sample, there will be 1 pink spot in the fentanyl zone, the control, and 1 purple on the right in the heroin zone. Take a photo to record the result. Prior to discarding the components, flush the color applicator and plate with water to neutralize the acidic surfaces. For more information, please email us, info@fieldforensics.com.